Hello, and welcome back to session 72 of our Pathfinder 2nd edition campaign. How's everyone doing?
Good, thanks.
Pretty good.
Yay. Alright, well, we might as well just get right into it, shall we, if everyone is ready. I've got some food, so at some point I'll probably start munching away.
What food you got?
Pokeball.
Oh, nice. Fancy.
yeah.
Did you make it?
No, I just ordered it from Pokenori. I don't know if you've ever been. Yeah, Legend Rising sponsored by Pokeball. So, all right, let's just get right into it, shall we? So, session 72. Last we left our heroes, you all had returned to Kakarot after a period of time in the underdepths of the city. Where you discovered that you had been sent off in a diversion by a coven of hags, so that you got taken away from the city while they did some vile plan. So when you came back, you all rushed into the sort of palace in the center of the city, where you saw Gravestump, Swamp Blight, and Stitchfoot in the process of creating a rift, opening a rift to the gloom. A fight broke out, and then you noticed that they all seem to be being controlled like puppets by an extremely powerful force. Eventually defeating them, unfortunately, you didn't manage to stop them before they managed to permanently open the seal, the rift, which, although the rift soon closed afterwards, you soon realized that it almost had a true nature or outcome of the plan that happened, which you only realized after you stepped outside and looked up in the mountains of Adana. You saw that in the sky, the sun and stars had been replaced with a horrifying sight. The gloom, once locked away in its own dimension, suddenly was high above you, mirroring Adana above your heads. Miles and miles away in the air, it was at first hard to make out the details through the thick layer of mist, which sort of lines the ground. But as your eyes settled to the much darker world around you, you began to see thick, dead forests and mountains poking through them. Black, lifeless rivers and the dottings of civilization could be seen hundreds of miles above, as well as Mount Cider, where its mirror on the top of it had a huge tower poking out of the mountain, seemingly hanging from the world above you like a twisted stalagmite, stalactite, I should say. A scene of abject horror. Your stomach sank from the sight, as if you had swallowed a boulder. The world is broken, and from all outside frames of reference, it was explained by someone around you that if Adana simply, it would seem as if Adana simply disappeared. Cut off from Erd, you cannot help but feel a sense of despair. And then there were moving of dots in the sky, at first looking like swarms of insects descending from the world above, which caught your eye. Thousands and thousands of flying winged creatures descended from the world above, making the journey across the void. With a few days before the black swarms descend, the people of Kakarot decided they needed to leave and find shelter somewhere safer, asking the party to lead them to Lenora, where they might be able to get transport down to Radrana, and the party's new city under construction. You agreed to help escort them through the Moon Gate, right?
Yep, I think so.
So as you stand on guard, as the thousands of Azera travelers carrying whatever they can carry, transport themselves group by group through the stone circle. The thump of magical energy and flash of light as they appear on the other side is a stunning sight on the side of the mountain. Kaphos, as well as a number of Azera tribal leaders, are talking to one another before a few of them walk over to you. You see the broad and stocky figure of Kazuhiro, dressed in red, with his hands wrapped for battle. You see the sleek and slender Nobu, wearing blue, looking exhausted, and her elven disguise already donned. And you see the old and wise Tadao, from when you saw him in Kakaret, would have assumed he was far too frail to travel. But however, he stands upright with a newfound sense of energy. And they kind of all walk over to you as Kaphos asks you a question. Well, or just speaks in general. It should only be another hour or so until the last of the city makes its way through the gate. He says, brushing down his cloak. We plan to disguise ourselves as elven refugees. It should make it easier to get through Lenora without trouble.
Okay.
Tadao says, we will need you to vouch for us. You have a good relationship with the leadership of the city.
What's the story then? What are we going with?
Each of our tribes has spent many a year disguising ourselves as elves. We know what stories to tell to them. We just need you to vouch for us.
Right. But for the group as a whole, if they ask us what your deal is, what are we saying? That you're just a group of elves from the mountains?
We are refugees from House Caden. We'll be appearing through the Southern Road. It makes sense.
Is House Caden is not under our control. It would be slightly odd for a large group of refugees to make it across, no?
Well, now House Caden lands, but it lands that have been invaded. Plenty of refugees travel these roads. It will be suspicious, potentially, but that's why we need you to vouch for us. If you say that it checks out, they'll let us get a boat. We have the money to pay as well.
Of course.
Hello.
I suppose there is a risk that there are lots of other refugees heading to Lenora at the same time. I imagine lots of people will seek sanctuary.
Indeed. Kazuhiro sort of puffs up his chest and looks around to you all and says, however, many of us are old or frail, looking at Tadao. We will not be able to walk for 2 days straight. We will need to find somewhere to stay on the journey.
Right. You got anywhere in mind, or we're gonna have to conjure something?
I guess Cyan speaks up and says, "What about Lunarion? Isn't that a good place to go?"
It's pretty
It's
close
on
to
the way.
Lenora, isn't it?
It's sort of like halfway between here and Lenora.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I guess.
It's on
yeah,
the
it's not that
lakefront.
far.
Yeah. If you, Kaphos says, if you have somewhere we can stay in there, that will be good.
How many of them are there?
There seems to be about maybe 2,000. It's like a large group of people, for sure. It's not enough so that like you would have a super long, like no one's got any carts or anything. They're just sort of just carrying things. So for like on a road, it might go like, I don't know. I guess maybe a kilometer back potentially.
If they're going like single file, or
Yeah, like
by
yeah,
two.
it depends how big the road is. Like as you get closer to Lenora, the road gets wider and wider.
Yeah.
And is easier to navigate. Like you just sort of you'll be making your way just through the countryside for a bit. So you can just be a big lump of people.
Are there any clouds between the two worlds? Or is it just
Yeah.
like where does the light come from?
Well, this is the thing. So everywhere seems to have almost like a silvery light coming, as if there's like a an invisible light source from above. You can't see the source of. But it's strange because the world, as you look above, like as you look further and further towards the horizon, you see that it almost curves up, as if like this is an absolutely huge sphere that you're on the inside of.
So is it actually spherical, or is it like kind of?
It's more like I guess you could
like the inside of a thick pancake.
It's more like a cylinder.
Uh,
That's probably the best way to describe it.
Pretty sure the world is flat, Mike.
Yeah, it's
Nice
almost as if
try.
it's like in a big, is in a huge cylinder.
It's a very flat cylinder.
Yeah.
Like a coin.
Sorry, I was just kind of looking up. I mean, that's obviously a bit odd, right? Not something we used to do.
Yeah,
How
it's
are the
absolutely
people
bonkers. Like most people are like, as you look across at the group of people who are gathering by the stone circles, a lot of them are even refusing to look up, to even face the reality of like what's above them. They just want to get out of this situation right now. Few of them are just looking up in awe and shock, almost sort of pointing to various locations above. Most of them are obviously looking at the tower that's poking up. As you look up in the sky, however, maybe about just across the horizon, maybe, I don't know, 20 miles away, a big flash of light shoots down from the gloom above and sort of hits, I don't know, and you feel like a slight rumble, and then it goes again. And it's Cascus, it reminds you of when you were in the gloom, and you saw the big tree that the assassin in yellow was.
Oh, what?
implanting
Every
people
time
on?
somebody was killed, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like a big energy release into the sky. That's exactly what that looked like.
So potentially somebody died.
Potentially, yeah. That seems to be maybe the location where that was coming from. But yeah, you can like feel it impact the ground. It feels like something heavy is just like thumped to the ground. It's not like an earthquake. It's just like a.
Okay. We can't see it. Presumably, it's kind of.
Well, the source it comes from, you can see that the flash of light comes from there, but it's so small in comparison to how big and far away the world is that you just see the source of the light basically. Like, you might be able to barely make out that there's like something slightly larger than the forest around it.
Is Arakin still with us?
Yes, yeah, he's just sat looking up at the sky to himself.
So, what you fancy doing from here? You coming with us to Lenora? Do you feel like going through that whole thing of explaining who you are to him, or what?
I have spent much of my life around the Azira. I protected them for many years. I feel duty-bound to see them on their journey. But he looks up at the sky and then looks over at the mountain range near you. I also want to destroy Darren Kaidas.
Well, if you stick around, you might get a chance.
You will help me?
I think it's us helping each other at that point.
It is good that there are people with morals still in this world.
Yeah, I mean that one. I just like point over at Cyan. I can guarantee he really fucking wants to help you.
What about the others in your group?
I mean, we're all pretty aligned that way, I'd say.
He looks up at the swarm that's descending from above. What do you think they are?
Reminds me a bit of Kirax's. But, well, never seen that many. And, well, we're not exactly from here, are we?
I hope that the two warring sides in this realm come to terms with the fact that they now have a new enemy. It would be a shame for them to keep fighting.
You say that.
As much as I want to destroy Darren Kaidos.
That's what I was about to say. Those might be opposing goals. But something tells me that he might be, he might not be on, just like pointing down, this side of things. That might be something to do with him. He's been going into dodgy shit this whole time. I wouldn't be surprised if he had an hand in this.
He says that's Scion that you mentioned, right? Did you told him about the Scion news and stuff? Did you?
I don't think so. I mean,
Who was?
Back, come up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think Caswell would have purposefully kept it from him.
Yeah. Okay. I guess just assume it came up. He says if that Scion is on the side of Darren Kaidos and is your enemy, you seem to be against it as well.
I'm not so sure he's on necessarily Kaidos' side. See, I think he's one of Naruzatar's lot. Darren's doing, he's got some dealings with him. But I don't think they're, I don't think they're best buds or anything. I think they've got their own goals.
Very possibly. It seems that no one is truly on the same side, however. Everyone has their own goals. But I suppose we'll see what happens with this swarm, who it attacks, where they settle down. This feels like only the first wave.
Yeah, fuck knows what's going to happen once that tower's built as well.
The Azira continue to filter in through the stone circle, the thumps and flashes of light as you watch them. Eventually, the last of the crowd makes its way through, and it is your turn, if you wish.
Mm-hmm. What happened to this Book of Null? Do we still own that?
No, you lost that in Gideon's Tower.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
It sort of opened, and then sort of loads of
Didn't we
things
get
came out
sucked
of it.
into it? No, that's not. No.
no, like a shade came out of it.
Okay.
I think you just ran away. You didn't pick it up. Remember? Anyway, all right. Let's go on to what's coming next. So you pass through the stone circle. The light of the moon still somehow affecting it, although it doesn't shine above you. You flash into the new area. The mountainside by Lunarion. You see Lake Lenore in the distance, and the city of, the small town of Lunarion, where the Savas make their home. The walled fortress that is in the center of the city, visible to you. However, what is visible to you is the shining light of a war camp a few miles in the distance. The Azira are already kind of huddling and just sort of watching over to it. There doesn't seem to be anyone nearby at the moment. But you do see maybe 1,000, 2,000 tents rowed with torches and a sort of wooden palisade being constructed around it. A larger number of wagons are situated around the camp as well, almost as a sort of like makeshift defense while they're setting everything else up.
Can we do like a perception check to check the colors? I also recall when we were here before, there was a suggestion that this place would have got overrun.
Yeah. That's what seems to have happened.
In which case we hold no sway with these people at all.
Yeah, so the war camp is situated. Like, make a perception check for me. See what you can see, because it's you're on a good vantage point at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hold on. Perception check. There it is. Does that work? No. There you go. 33.
So as you look down to it, you recognize it as a joint House Ignis and House Caden army. You recognize it as as a war party that's currently planning on besieging. You assume Lunarion on the way to Lenora. From your estimations, there's probably, well, I mean, you see on the here that there's 7,000 people in the camp.
Okay. Can we go over to kind of like where the kind of leaders of the group are kind of gathered?
Yeah. So the leaders of the Azira as well as Kaphos are gathered around. Kaphos turns to you and says, "Come over here. What do you think?"
Well, slight problem. You see, I'd slightly forgotten that when we were here last, we heard that this place may become overrun with Ignis troops. And it seems that is what has happened. Those people down there we hold no sway with, and if you want to be refugees, you might just be turned back the way you came. So we're going to have to think of a different way around. Or through.
Kaphos points over at Lunarion. They're still flying House Valoran flags, so it is clearly still a holdout. It seems that we can make it there.
Well, perhaps, but I doubt they would be particularly welcoming of refugees at this time. It would probably not help their dwindling supplies.
Cyan says, in Lunarion there's a dock. We could try and take a boat.
Would we all fit on the boat?
There's enough, Cyan says, last I looked, there was enough fishing boats for all of us. Also, if we can just have a sort of rotation, we can get these people across the lake. We just have to hold out, potentially.
Okay.
Also, looking over at the war camp, you notice that a lot of the people around it seem to be like limping and sort of tending to their wounds and sort of recovering. It doesn't seem that they're like battle ready right now. Almost. I guess as you look over at it, then you look over at the field nearby, and there's a few people kind of walking around the field, and kind of picking up what seems to be stuff from dead bodies that are lining the field, almost as if there was a battle here recently.
Mm-hmm.
So the camp itself seems not necessarily battle ready, or like they're all going to stream out and start attacking you. If you did want to try and make a break for Lenora.
We might get spotted there, I guess that's the...
You might get spotted, yeah. I mean, there's probably, you assume, Kirak's scouts in the skies above. Currently you're in like a kind of wooded bit that sort of, like a cliff looks over and you can see over the field. But yeah, you'd have to go through like a sort of field to get to Lunarion.
What's on the other side of the area? Like, could we like set up a kind of, like a decoy?
Decoy what?
Like, I don't know, set a bunch of little campfires up, like the opposite direction of where we're going, to maybe give the impression that there's like people the other side rather than where we're going, which might mean that they don't spot us or divert as much people to us.
Calcifer opens the the bag of holding full of bombs.
Yeah, we could just bomb them all. That's a great idea.
We could just set up loads of bombs in the woods on the approach, and then if they come, that'd be quite brutal.
And they are Kaidos soldiers, right?
They look like House Ignis soldiers mostly,
right,
and then some
okay.
House Caden soldiers.
Okay.
But yeah, they're on the side of Kaidos. Kafos says if they're setting up camp there, it means they've blocked the road to Lenora, which means that Lenora is under siege. If we cross over the lake, we might have to involve ourselves with a siege. I don't know if that's something you want to do.
But presumably, could we not? Hold on, so I can see it here. So I'm trying to look. So we'd go up to the waterfront.
Yeah, that's where Lunarion is here.
Yeah. Sorry, is it on the left of the lake where your mouse is now?
Yep.
Okay. Could we not just like walk left around the mountainside and then maybe cross up at where our Lenore is up there?
That's the River Lenore. That's House Kaidas territory.
This is all House Kaidas territory.
Yeah, so there's a siege going on here now.
Yeah. Oh, buddy boy. And there's no way we could. So, and if we ferried ourselves across, sorry, we'd be basically entering the siege.
So it doesn't look so basically, as I guess as you're looking around and your intuition and sort of, I don't know, whatever, you sort of assume that they're preparing for a siege of the city, so they probably got the roads blocked off. But House of Valoran is still going to have control of the seas, so there's still going to be loads of boats going through. So it's not going to be it's not a proper siege yet. It's not like they're blockaded.
Right.
So if you could get into the city, you could feasibly get out of it as well.
Yeah.
And you assume that because it's now under siege, that there's going to be loads of reinforcements streaming into the city trying to protect it. So you presume that Dair and Kaidos will be like, okay, so we can't properly besiege them, so we've just got to try and overrun them now. So if you get into the city, the chances that there's a chance that Dair and Kaidos is gonna try and attack the city. So you can help with the defense. It's your choice.
There's women and children here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But there's nowhere really safe for them because literally everywhere you go is pretty much within enemy territory now.
Right. I see. And unless we went up the river somehow. But down the river, because you're saying that the river's controlled by...
Yeah. The river isn't. The lake is. So, still, you can still get across the lake and into the city that way.
Okay, and there's no...
Sorry.
No, you go.
If we went down the river and not through the lake, could we just go to here?
Yeah.
And then put them on boats here? And just,
Yeah, but that's occupied territory. So House Ignis is occupying that.
Didn't they just lay low there?
Yeah, they pretty much just breezed through it, but there's going to be still a bunch of soldiers there.
They could.
Yeah, but war refugees are pretty normal, right? So they could be just refugees from anywhere. They don't have to be, because they can all pretend to be elves.
Sure, it's your choice. You guys have complete freedom in your choice.
I do not feel comfortable risking the lives of your people. I think we should take the safest option, even if it doesn't necessarily represent the best option for us.
What option is that?
Well, I think I suggest we go find a settlement further away, maybe even within Ignis lines.
Why?
Lay low, for now at least.
Okay, right, and we're just gonna leave them there.
Well, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I agree. I'm just surprised at how much feeling and emotion you have towards these people who you don't know. Given
Like,
your track record.
out of character, last session, Cascus was saying, "Let's just leave them and go in the other place."
Yeah, I know.
I'm speaking a little bit on Cyan's behalf. I'm trying to
Right.
anyway. Because I just believe in, you know.
Well, you did promise to escort them to
We
safety.
did.
So.
We did.
So speaking like to the leaders of the Azera that
Yeah.
left. So look, there might be a chance we can get you in there, but if we do, a siege is pretty imminent. Now, do you want to be in there when a siege is going on?
They talk to each other. Kazuhiro speaks up first and says, if we have to fight to defend our people alongside the elves, then we will.
Right.
Tadao says, it will be important for us to try and get as many innocents out as possible. Hopefully there will be still regular transport into the city and out of the city.
I'm looking at this military camp that's set up outside Lunarion.
Yeah.
What kind of like equipment do they have? Is there much in the way of
Trebuchet.
artillery? Like, I'm thinking, do they have the capabilities to deal with a dragon?
I see. Make a perception check.
That's a good point. We do have a dragon. I forgot.
Yeah, that is a big
26.
class. 26. It looks like they have a few ballistas, kind of like scorpion type things. Large crossbows with barbed tips. In terms of other siege weaponry, not really. You can make out that they've got a bunch of ladders. But they don't have any cannons or anything like that.
How does sieges work when they have as much food as they need from the Hexweave?
The elven strategy is to just try and overrun the city.
Okay.
So the sieges can work, but often, like, you wouldn't bother attacking a city unless you can overrun it, because they could just sit inside and it would just be complete waste of time.
Yeah. Okay.
So it means that like every single elven high lord has a huge retinue of soldiers, because they know that their walls aren't necessarily going to defend them. So then when a war breaks out, everyone's just going at each other.
So here's what I'm thinking. We have the assistance of Arakin, very keen to defend the Azera. They didn't come looking for a fight with a dragon. They got a few bits here and there, but we might be able to just take that stuff out. And with them already weakened, yeah, there is a few thousand of them. Maybe, I mean, if there's like 7,000 of them total, maybe 2,000 wounded, 2,000, 1 or 2,000 asleep. We might be able to just take this camp out.
Right.
and then,
Okay.
And then what? There's more soldiers.
But for now, Lunarion's safe. Or we could facilitate people evacuating from there to the Nora.
Yeah, Kphos points at the at Lunarion in the distance. You see it on the lakeside. The docks are outside of the fortress walls, so if people did want to go across the lake, they'd have to get out of the fort, and then go in the docks. So yeah, like potentially that could work if you were to take out the camp.
because you know, if we just go past here, try and get you lot into Lenora, we're kind of leaving these guys for, well, for doomed.
Kphos says, remember, every army has a number of Kirax riders that are constantly circling the air. They can message long distances, and reinforcements can come quickly with the elves. Could be dangerous as well. I guess Arakin shuffles over as he appears through the stone circle.
Is burning, are they?
Oh dear! He looks over at the camp.
Can we not just go to another stone circle?
Yeah, you have access to wherever all the
So
stone circle.
Is it the purple dots?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we go to the Danil, and take them to Irina or Aurelion, because that's where the army is.
It depends. Basically, yeah, you could take them elsewhere. Your choice is: do you potentially want to help defend the city as well? Because you know that this is a big deal that's going on here.
Yeah.
So you can take them wherever you want. You could take them up there.
Yeah, I think we should go into Lenora and defend the city.
Do we take this camp out on the way?
Yeah.
Arakin says,
dragon, is the dragon me or the dragon friend that we made?
I have never referred to you as the dragon.
Yeah, I know.
If you want that to be your nickname going forward, maybe we can talk about it, but for now, Arakin is the dragon.
Arakin says, you can call me the elf in that case.
No, it's because I can transform into a dragon. I didn't know if you're talking about me using my dragon form.
I
Or...
see. I could transform in my old body, but now I can't.
Be useful if we get that back.
Yes, indeed. I feel a lot more limited in this rusty contraption.
Right, I think I got some WD-40 in the bag of old.
Fantasy WD-40.
WDS Forteus.
Arakin says, I can always defend the group as they're making the way to Lunarion. It might be safer if I just go on my own. I can make quicker attacks. Although, he says, he looks at his kind of neck. He looks down at his neck and he sort of picks up one of his metal claws and sort of taps at a little gear that's on his shoulder. My breath attack is low. I'm running out of fuel.
Oh, that doesn't recharge.
What did you think would happen? I am not flesh. I'm not like a normal dragon.
I don't know, I thought there'd be some kind of magical, alchemical thing in there that would synthesize it, you know?
It is basically Greek fire. What? I don't know where Greece is though.
Yeah, when we get my lab set up, when we get my my lab set up in, well, whatever we're gonna call it, we can take a look at that.
Any oil or flammable liquid will do.
Checks bag of holding.
We need a lot there, right?
I can make a little go a long way.
I mean, I've got some bombs. It's just like gunpowder. Not sure.
We could just get some alcohol, some wine or something.
What did you say?
You get some wine.
Vodka.
Was that Arakin? Just like vodka. I like vodka. Yeah, some spirits could work from, but we might have to get into Lunarion first for that, or Lenora. I mean, once we're in a city, we should be able to get you sorted out, right?
Do you have a slightly more conspicuous form?
Me?
Yes.
What are you suggesting?
I don't know, a spell to shrink you or something temporarily.
Oh, I might be able to do that. Let me just have a look.
Not for now, but I imagine.
Yeah, I don't have it prepared, but I
This
do
isn't-
have Shrink, the spell.
What
In my
is
spell
the wording of that spell?
To make a creature smaller, one willing creature, the target shrinks to become tiny in sized.
Does it have a limit to the size?
It just says it has no effect on a tiny creature.
You could do it. You could probably do it.
Yeah, cool. I don't have it prepared, but I can prepare it for tomorrow. Otherwise, I do have invisibility, which would last for 10 minutes if I use a focus point.
He says, can I just choose to remove that if I want?
Shrink spell? I imagine the shrink, because that has to be a willing creature, and I'm pretty sure, so as soon as you're not willing, I imagine it would stop. And invisibility, it doesn't have to be a willing creature, so.
Okay then.
But I can stop it whenever you tell me.
Yes, just in case. But it will help me stay in the city without drawing undue attention. How long does it last?
Invisibility
5 minutes.
is yeah, so invisibility, I have a thing that turns 1 minute spells into 10 minutes, and shrink is 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. I guess it's not that useful then.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
You cast your own spells then.
Have you got one that will return me to my original flesh and bone?
Yeah, have you got gears? Have you got gears to flesh?
What are you made of?
I don't know.
What is he made of? Can I do a check?
You make a crafting check.
Can Calcifer do a check?
Yeah, you can ask Calcifer to do it.
Calcifer, can you please do a check?
No, yeah.
See what he's made of.
34.
Seems to be like a brass, bronze, and tin kind of combo.
Do they count as stone?
No.
Okay. And no, I don't have a spell.
That'd be quite lenient.
But I
What
can...
is it? What's it called? Stone to flesh?
It used, yeah, there's flesh to stone, and there used to be one called stone to flesh, but they didn't put it in the new, like, thing, because I guess no one takes it apart from to unpetrify people.
Or transform a stone object into a mass of inert flesh. Can you imagine you just turn a dragon into a mass of inert flesh?
A big blob.
It's like, oh no, this is far less useful.
Oh yeah, Arakin's like, oh no, it's only my brain. Everything else is just the object.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's the decision then? What do you think?
Yeah, what do we fancy?
I
think
should have enough in my breath attack to hold them at bay if they did decide to suddenly attack you whilst you're going to Lunarion.
I think we use the dragon as a defensive tool and just try and get them across in the boats. And if the army comes, we threaten them with the dragon. I think that will do a lot. If they persist, then we use the dragon. We could even maybe pepper some bombs in the forest if we have remote detonation still.
We do.
And maybe we should. And if there are ballista that appear, then well, good luck to us. I have spoken.
Yeah. Downside, of course, here is if Arakin shows up, then we kind of play our hand a bit. I mean, you're a bit of a secret weapon.
Well, what are we waiting for? I mean, if we show we have a dragon, they would probably at least back off from the city for a bit. That is not a bad outcome, no?
Or
do we want them to
they
actively attack and then fail? I don't know. I mean, no death is better than death, no?
I mean, if they bring no shortage of anti-air weapons that they're suddenly expecting to need when they do attack, then that'd be pretty bad for us, right? If we can at least get them with the element of surprise once, I see no better time than defending Lenora.
What do you think, Henning? Kefos says.
I like the idea of ambushing them with the dragon.
I just am looking for your people. I think it is the safest option.
Kefos looks around and sort of talks amongst the group. Kazuhiro comes back and says, "If you need any soldiers, we'll put ourselves forward. We're falling behind you on this one. It's our best shot, I think."
How many of you lot can actually fight?
My whole tribe is ready. If need be, that's probably about 400 of us.
Is there like a wood? So there's the camp. There would be like a field, and then the dock.
Yeah, the field has like a road running through it, and it's like got a ditch either side.
So theoretically, a group of people could stay in the forest and delay, or like in the event that they start bringing ballastas through, like disrupt. I mean, these are like ninjas, literally, right? So they could like sacrifice themselves nobly.
Are you saying that out loud?
No, but I I'm sure I could say it in much more flowery language if it could be that in order to get sure safe passage through, that would benefit, and I of course would willingly put myself forward. Cascus says, kind of thinking it's a Cascus thing to say.
Tadao speaks up and says, "It is better to defend than to attack. It is better if they come to us."
Okay.
But that means that we can either defend here and draw them here, or we can go to Lunarion. And then defend as we are crossing the lake. What do you think?
I'm not very military minded, okay?
It's trade-offs. It is just, I think we go for the option that your people are most comfortable with, no? It is not for... I do not think it is right that we make the decision for all the lives of your people.
If you wish, we can take a vote.
A vote would
Okay, I disagree, but okay.
With what do you disagree with?
Well, I think they should be helping to fight in the fight. Otherwise, they're not gonna get out.
Yeah, but the question is, like, is it worth fighting now or worth waiting to fight until you're in the city, if you have to fight?
Ah, I see. Right.
Because, like, obviously there's still, like, you know, old people, women, children.
You could always leave a small group of particularly skilled saboteur types outside the city, and then focus on getting everyone else in. And then if the siege happens, then that group could cause chaos in with the backline. I do not think they will have there will be a better chance to set up an ambush potentially. The risk is that you will be stranded here.
One of the leaders of the council, Bakuni, steps forward, who's the leader of the tribe of Aeon. He's wearing like a black kind of sash, and almost like a gi or something. Is that what it's called? With a like a headband, a black headband. He says, "If need be, my tribe can stay outside the city. Act as sabotage.
I think it might be useful. Now it would mean you're not coming across now, but it would at least give us some insurance if things go horribly wrong, that there will be somebody looking out for us. And then you could also be of use when the siege happens.
Kazuhiro goes up to Bakuni and sort of gives him a big hug and says, "Ah, well, if you're going to stay outside the city, then we are as well. It is better that we stay together. Fight for ourselves."
But what proportion of people have just agreed to stay out now?
That's 400.
Is that all of the fighters?
That's all the fighters.
Okay. Are we comfortable escorting women and children to the docks? Yeah.
We have no problem escorting our families, but we will return into the forest and maybe lead the enemy away.
Very good.
Okay.
Give you some time.
Also, I'm not a fan of us saying women and children because I am a woman and I have been a child, and I can fight just fine. These people are just bad at fighting, is what that is, and that's what we should call them.
I mean,
you're right. We should let the children fight as well.
If they can do
It's only
magic or
fair.
with swords, I think.
Yeah, where's Kaisu?
Yeah, Kaisu's just practicing his karate on the
Yeah, I mean the children part. I think I'm pretty down for them not fighting.
I just think anyone who can't fight should be allowed. Men who can't fight, I don't want them here.
Oh, this was I thought this was going in an equality kind of way. I didn't realize. Oh wow. You've waited quite a while to come out. You've waited quite a while to come out with these these views of yours. Men that can't fight are useless. Jesus.
Yeah,
Who's Jesus?
I don't want them fighting if they can't fight.
Oh, you don't want them in the fighting, right? I thought you meant you just don't want them.
Kazuhiro says, "Do not get us wrong. All the women in our tribe can fight as well. But it is better the children at least stay with one parent."
Right.
There is a slight population effect as well if all women die.
Oh, right. So women are just... Well, I'm not going to bother. Right, let's go.
Might turn, a battle lost into a genocide.
In comparison to the elves, these people seem positively egalitarian. Anyway, so a number of the tribe of Aeon and the tribe of Kishi step forward, and a smattering of all the rest of the tribes, those who want to stay out and stay as part of the group, come together. In total, about half of the war party. Not the war party. About half of the citizenry sort of become their own separate war party. So that's about 1,000 people.
What would be a way that we can communicate with you? Those who are staying.
Bakuni steps forward and says, "We will have no problem scaling the walls into the city, even through enemy lines."
No, I
Have
mean
we-
more if to
Sorry.
be able to communicate if something happens, or it would be good to like we can rely on you, I'm sure, but
A number of all of our groups can communicate long distance.
okay.
We have no problems communicating. Just find any of us, and we'll or any people in the city who are in a zero, and they'll be able to get in contact.
Have we been able to like heal up and stuff at some point on this? So we have like time to refocus, etc.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you haven't had a long rest yet,
Yeah, being able to heal up.
but you've had plenty of time to sit around. Yeah.
Just add my HP back on.
Should we take a break here?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a break here. We'll come back in 15 minutes. Matt's going.
Especially early.
Be right back.
All right.
A
See
bit
you
early.
in a bit.
Sure.
Hello and welcome back. So before the break, the party travelled through the stone circle along with the Azera. And you saw Lunarion before you, but on the other side of the road was a war party set up, an enemy encampment, where the wounded of a recently fought battle are setting up for a bit of rest. You're a bit paranoid, I guess, that they're going to come out and attack you if you just make a break to Lunarion. So half the Azera have set themselves up to just cause havoc behind the lines and sort of ensure the survival and safety of their families. So yeah, any last bits you want to attend to?
Right, so they come at us. How are we going about this?
Kazuhiro says, we all stay in the forest, and if they make a break out the camp, we'll flank them and attack them and just lead them into the forest as destruction. We'll be able to lose them.
Do you have like a flare or something?
He sort of looks around and someone brings forward some sort of alchemical mix of powders that they have that lights up.
I've got a plan. I'll just hand out like maybe 40, 50 of the remote bombs. Just be like, plant these in the forest. If you lead them away, if they chase you through there, send up a flare. I'll take care of the rest. Catch my drift?
What if they're holding the bombs still?
Well, that's what the flare's for. So I don't just accidentally blow them up.
Okay.
That would be pretty funny though.
Yeah, make sure they're all planted. Once they come in, like, yeah, you don't want to be holding one of these when they go off.
Bakuni steps forward and says, we'll be able to stealthily mine the roadway. That seems like a good place to set them.
Right. Sounds good. I'll keep an eye on the sky.
Tadao says,
It's a new song.
this is... yeah. This is... Anyway, we'll carry on. Where were we? So Tadao steps forward and says, as much as I would like to stay and fight, I fear that I will only slow everyone down. I will go to Lunarion.
Alright. Do what you gotta do.
The rest of the remaining tribe leaders, sort of, some of them step forward to fight. There is Kin, who steps forward, from the tribe of Darren, which is Kaphos's tribe. And then the rest of them sort of file away and start to join the group of people. Kazuhiro says, we'll wait. Do you want to have a signal for us to attack as well? Or should we wait and for anyone to cross the roadway? We can set the flare, the bombs can go off, and then we can attack them.
Yeah?
Alright.
Very well.
Is Sato still there?
Yeah, Sato is sort of standing around, just looking over at the, speaking to a few people.
Look out for that one. I think since Rora asked, he's probably looking for an excuse to do something reckless, no?
Sato catches your eye and sort of walks over. I'm going to fight.
Please be careful. I lost a friend of mine. He was very close, and I did some pretty reckless things afterwards that I regret a bit now. She would not necessarily want you to do something too reckless, Protecting your people is a pretty good reason to try.
Yes. Well, right now I'm focusing on the survival. I don't have time to mourn. He sort of like playfully sort of punches you on the shoulder and says, "Stay safe yourself."
Yes. See you soon.
He sort of waves to the rest of you as he goes off, and sort of
Just-
Kaphos nods at him as.
Just remember, it's not a suicide mission. You lead them away so you can
laughs
live
and-
another day.
He laughs and throws up a middle finger at you as he walks away. Kaphos says, "I'll be coming with you lot.
Alright.
Okay.
Once we get to Lenora, we should hopefully be able to find passage. Otherwise, we'll just have to wait and see."
Mhm.
All right, so he turns around and shouting goes across the camp, just getting everyone's attention. And you all begin to file out of the tree line towards the city of Lenora. You begin to walk out onto the open field, and as you do, you notice that below you, hidden in the tall grass, are indentations. Hundreds of them. Like stepping on hard shields and spears beneath your feet, you realize that below your feet are corpses. Thousands of them all around you.
New corpses?
Yeah, these are just in the grasslands as you're walking across the road. Sort of looking down, like a few people kind of stepping over them and aren't very happy about that.
If we see any that are stirring, I'm gonna cast the stabilize cantrip on them. Do they look like they've been fighting in a battle, or does it look like they've been sort of just all rounded up and murdered?
No, there was a battle here recently.
Yeah, okay, it was in the battle. Alright.
Yeah, like this is like maybe a couple of like battalions that split off from the main battle that were like fighting over this part, maybe. As you occasionally like step over things, there's like bits of smoldering rock that are very barely smoking. Like the little piles of ash that are left behind are sort of slightly glowing. You didn't quite notice before. And yeah, it's not that long that you're stepping over them, but it's a harrowing sight. It's a very morbid sight. And eventually you cross the main roadway. As you look over your shoulder and look back over to the road, you don't seem to notice any movement. And you make your way into Lunarion. So you see a group of people by the docks, a number of soldiers standing around, a few of them looking injured themselves, and a whole bunch of civilians from the town are currently crossing over the river to Lenora, seemingly having the same idea as you. In the distance, you see coming from the other side of the lake are hundreds more boats, as if to help. Which is good, as the group of citizens joining the town are looked at by the the civilians with shock. And in the center of the town, as you approach, like a few guards come up to you and speak to you, but they whisper amongst themselves and see you, Hanera, there, and they recognize you, and the rest of the party from the last time you were in Lenora. Lunarion, sorry. They say, what's going on here? What is all this?
What is all what?
All these people. Where have they come from?
They are refugees.
There's refugees from out west.
By the Prophet. Right, quick, get inside. We don't know how much time we have. So he sort of like leads you past the sort of lines.
They just
Just so you know.
Yeah.
If shit goes down, you'll know when it happens, they're with us.
Okay, he says. And a few,
Trust me, you'll know.
suddenly spiraling out of the air, Arakin lands in the center of the town. A number of guards start shouting, and all the civilians like start cowering.
It's fine. He's with us. It's fine.
Pushing out of the crowd, you see Cadell with his hair neatly trimmed and dyed purple with a sort of like kind of rainbow like band on the top of it. Says to you, "Goodness gracious, what's happened here?"
Oh. I don't know, to be honest.
Pushing out the crowd as well is Isolde, saying, "Oh well, you're back." And what on earth? As all the people are crowding through the wall,
Yeah,
not the walls, just into the city.
Yeah, we made a friend.
A singular friend.
Yeah. Can you see?
We can see. Well, I can see.
Let me do this. So yeah, this is sort of the what's going on. After a while, and after like a half an hour, and all the civilians start to crowd onto boats and start crossing. As the crowd surges on the docks, Isolde and Cadell sort of take you to one side and sit down around a fire, saying, "We have a lot to catch you up on. I suppose you have a lot to catch us up on as well."
Yeah, what's happened here? I thought this was like the stronghold. This was.
We've had to evacuate the Savas, and bringing all the citizens of Lunarion with us as well. We're taking what we can out of the fortress and the archives below. We're going to have to leave some things.
Right.
We'll have a force defending it for as long as we can, but we've already heard that there's reinforcements coming. The Ignis armies, they pushed in a big battle across the Merin Bridge. Our forces fell back and regrouped and then were attacked after a day's march. We managed to fight as well as we could, but most of them retreated in a rout to Lenora.
Could you not destroy the bridge?
The bridge was damaged, but unfortunately, no, it wasn't destroyed.
Did we give all the bombs to other people?
I think I said I gave them about 40. So I've marked myself down to 50 left.
Okay.
Well, if that
Cadell
bridge is already
says-
damaged, then it might be. We might be about to see it go down.
No, it's the bridge. The Merin Bridge is miles away below.
Oh, okay, not the same. Not the same height.
No, yeah, this is just a road that's nearby that's been mined.
Cool.
So yeah, Cadell says, Ignis soldiers, Kaidas soldiers. They're going to attack the city, you know. I've heard Darren Kaidas has given the order already.
How's the defences looking?
I don't know that much. As far as I've heard, there's about 44,000 defenders.
Plus the stone. Do we have the stone guard up and running, or are they all deactivated?
That is it's coming along, but
Right.
yeah, they're not doing so good on that front.
Okay. If we can
But-
get there, maybe I can help him out.
One thing on our side, Lenora has never been captured in a siege, ever. The palace of the prophet is too well defended. But Darren Kaidas will throw every man he's got at it. It will be bloody. And I assume he has a trick up his sleeve as well. Prince Solticius has given the order to retreat if need be. He feels that if the city is seeming lost, it will be decent to at least try and fight on from outside the continent. But as for what's just happened above us, he points up at the sky. That I do not know.
You must have some inkling, no? You are Cadell. I mean, the first time we went to the gloom, you saved us.
Yes, and I always figured that if there was some sort of... How do I describe it? Some sort of rift between the gloom and, I don't know, everything would just clip together as one, as if it overlapped each other.
Well,
I didn't expect this, that's for sure.
I'll just sort of relay the events that happened with the hags to him. Can I give him the quick rundown? So yeah,
Hags did this.
Yeah.
Hags, I assume, in the service of Vesh. He
Sounds
says,
like it.
well, in that case, we'll have that to deal with. One thing at a time. Let's make sure Lenora's alright. He asks Isolde, how long's left? How long do you think the evacuation will take? She says, oh, probably a couple more hours. So you can sit down and have a rest if you want.
I think we need a rest, don't we?
Yeah. Can we have a long rest here?
You won't be able to have a long... Well, you could, but everyone will be gone by the time you finish your long rest.
Oh, okay.
So it's your choice.
No, it's okay.
I think I said before we'd be able to sort of do that normal resting on the road anyway.
Yeah, so you're all gonna be full and stuff, but I don't think you'll have it. Yeah, so you can all go back to full health and stuff, but spell slots, unfortunately, not.
Okay.
Okay. Isolde sits down and takes out a flask. Smells strongly of wine. Just downs it. Cadell sits by her.
Oh. Speaking of which, don't suppose there's a load of strong spirit or something around here that's going to be going to waste? Or not? Just that we could procure?
Sure, I mean, probably.
Alright.
There's barrels over there and from the inn.
Alright, I need the strongest stuff you got. Arakin?
He looks up. Yes?
We might be able to refuel you.
Oh, goody. He happily hops over to you. Cadell looks over and is like, what the hell is that dragon doing?
Oh, don't worry, it's just refueling.
You walk over to the barrel and opening one of them, you see inside, full of something very strong, maybe some sort of brandy or whiskey.
Right, that'll do. Right. I'll just get like one little drink of it and just like with him, just like, right, bottoms up.
Are you gonna like baby bird him?
Oh no, I was just like gonna have my own mug and then him have his mug that's like a barrel. Just
you sort of make a strength test for me, like an athletics check.
How big is
just
this
to pick up
dragon?
the barrel and sort of put... How big is he?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry, I haven't put him on the map. Have I?
27.
Just a second.
Well, I know how big he was from
That's how
the
big
bridge,
it is.
right? Yeah, so he's not like he's big,
huge.
but he's not big.
Yeah, no, he's not the size of an ancient dragon.
Yeah.
Like he was an ancient dragon, but they put him in the body of a sort of smaller one. All right, 27. Yeah, you pick up the barrel of whiskey and start to pour it into his like a little valve, I guess, in his neck. And he sort of after you're done, he sort of shuffles around a bit and sort of creaks his neck. He opens his mouth and spits into the air a plume of fire that burns kind of almost greenish. Fantastic. This should keep me going.
Nice. I wonder if different spirits will give you a different colour fire or something.
And you put magnesium in it.
He looks around and he's like, "Ugh, is everything supposed to be really wavy?"
Oh no.
Nice, you made a dragon drunk.
I didn't think you could get drunk.
He starts stumbling over and sort of rests slightly against the wall. This place seems like a good place to rest. And as you see the wall starting to creak as it sort of indents. Eventually the wall partially gives way and he just slumps halfway into the room. A few people look around as the wall almost collapses.
Guess we've got
Cadell-
some refinement to do.
Cadell steps up and says, "Oh my goodness, I have never seen a drunk dragon before."
Have you seen a drunk mechanic? Is that a word we know here?
Mechanical, yeah.
Mechanical. That dragon robot? Dragon.
No, probably not a robot.
I didn't even consider that he could get drunk.
Construct. Maybe.
Yeah.
Arakin says, "The scientist said that I turn anything in my body into fuel. I didn't know this would be the side effect." He sort of just retches up a couple of gears.
Oh god, we'll have to figure out where those go.
Alright, they're just spare ones, it's fine.
There's always a couple of spare ones that come in the box.
They always put a spare in there. Ugh. He shakes a little bit and flaps his wings and then says, "There we go, all processed."
Oh, okay, good.
Right. As the crowds continue to filter in into the boat, an hour passes. Can someone roll a d20 for me, please?
Sure. 13.
Okay. So as the people continue to filter onto the boat, you get to the last small little group of people. As one of the scouts from the southern squadron shouts out, "Enemy sighted on the road, heading towards us." Do you want to go and inspect and see how far they are?
Yeah. I'll sort of keep an eye up as well for the flare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you poke your head out of the sort of tree line up towards the field where the road goes to. And you see in the distance, maybe 20 minutes away, a squadron marching. They seem to be heading towards you. They seem to be heading up also to the place, obviously, that Bakuni said that they would mine. So you can wait and see what happens, potentially.
Do they also have the like scorpion style things with them?
Yeah, you see like there's a couple of squads, and then they're pushing along a ballista, and then there's a couple of squads. and like it just seems to go in that order. So there seems to be a ballista for every maybe 2 squads.
Okay.
Cadell says, "That'll be the reinforcements they were talking about." All right, it's time to hurry up, everyone. He starts walking up to the docks. How many boats have we got? He starts speaking to someone at the docks, who says, "We've got maybe enough for half the people left. Then we have to send them out and then hope for a couple more to come. Maybe 20, 30 minutes."
I can transport some people if I become a dragon, and then this dragon could also help transport people. How many people can you fit on one dragon?
I could fit probably 16.
Okay. I
at
can
best.
only be a large dragon, so probably.
Yeah, maybe 6 if they were all hanging off you. But it would be very
How many are left? How many total are left?
There's probably about maybe 100 civilians left.
Okay.
You maybe get 50 on the boat that's
Where
here.
were you trying to get them all to?
They're just
On
crossing
map?
so on the map you're getting them to Lunarion, so you just cross the lake. You see in the distance like a few boats coming towards the docks. So, but they're still a little bit a while off. You can see like by the torchlight. So if those people are going to march, you've probably got a gap of maybe a few minutes or maybe 10 minutes between that group that's reinforcing coming.
Okay.
Suddenly, you see a large flash of light in the distance, shooting up into the air, attached to an arrow, over the roadway.
Oh no.
All right. I'll pull out the trigger. Give it a squeeze.
Ooh.
Almost immediately after you press the button, there is a huge fireball, and clumps of dust start to shoot up in the air. Everyone sort of instinctively looks around, and this is all before the shockwave hits you and the sound of the boom of 50 barrels of gun. Was it 50?
41, I believe it was.
41 barrels of gunpowder lined on the road. Elves go flying into the air along with clumps of dust and shattered parts of ballista, as a huge fireball shoots up into the air, like mushrooming up into a cloud of dust.
Sounds like war crimes.
You feel the flash, even from this distance away. It might be like half a kilometer away or so, and you see the soldiers reeling and just diving for cover in the distance. You've taken out the front of the column, but you notice in the distance there's a bunch of soldiers behind.
Presumably there's like it's a bit awkward of them moving over there. Like
Yeah,
right.
yeah, right. Well, there's a big crater in the ground now as well where the road was, and you start to see soldiers sort of like clambering over the crater, and starting to filter down.
How
We have
far
any,
away
like-
are they?
They're probably half a kilometer away, probably.
How much is that in feet for spells?
That is 1,640.
Okay, thank you.
I cast like 10 pots of grease.
Well, you
That's
have some.
what I was thinking.
You have some time to, if you want to set up traps or anything around.
Do they now have to go through the crater to get towards us?
You can go around it. It brings them closer to the forest, though. Yeah, you see, as they start to as a few squads start to clamber down the crater, war drums banging and horns blaring as they begin to run down. A large number of people start to run out of the tree line. You see silhouettes running out of the tree line, very swiftly, just attacking them, and then sort of like breaking through the line and then just retreating. So that it's just sort of breaking them up.
Okay.
A larger number of the soldiers are obviously being distracted by that.
Hmm.
So that takes into account how many people are coming.
Their lives are. They're doing this to help us get out. We should do whatever we can to speed up the crossings.
Yeah, the last of the citizens get on the final boat, sort of clambering onto it,
Okay.
as it begins to set off. Just ignore these boats there. Yeah. As the last group of Azira and elves from the city are sort of just waiting around. Cadell runs back. Right. What do you need of me?
Nothing. I think we're planning to get across.
I mean, do you have any bags of holding in the Nora you can stick some civilians in?
Not Lenora. But I kind of have to be with them. That's how it works. But
Right, so not many at a time then.
I don't think so. Right, well, if I've got to stand and fight, I will. But look at them over there. He's like points over at the crater as a number of elves start to climb out of the other side of it and sort of begin to get into order. So, all right. So you got 10 minutes to prepare. What do you want to do?
How many are coming? Do we think?
As they start to gather on the other side, you notice that probably it's definitely a few companies of soldiers. It might be half of the invading force marching down the
So we're
down the
next
road.
fight, right?
You're getting to Lenora, surely, Cadell says.
Whoa.
I think we're getting on last, right?
Yeah, we're getting on last. Okay, and if once they get into 500 feet, if we're still here, I want to cast a spell. So if you could just let me know when they are within that time.
All right, they begin to order up as you see a couple of knights on Kirak's back, riding up and down the lines, sort of getting them all into order, shouting orders at them. You see they're about 250 meters away from you now.
Oh,
That-
how much is that feet?
That's 820 feet. I
when-
had that prepared.
When
Close
they're
enough.
when they're getting within like a minute or so of being upon us, I will click my winged boots to give myself a fly speed for 10 minutes. And no, that wouldn't be a good idea. That's it for me.
Oh, yeah. I might also cast haste on myself, but so that it lasts 10 minutes when they're a bit closer.
Mhm.
Actually, no, I'll do it now.
I'd kind
Could
of
you
quite
make
like.
Arakin invisible?
Huh?
Could you make Arakin invisible?
Oh, yeah, alright, I'll also do that.
Arrogance invisible.
I just
I'm just
figure
gonna
that-
use a
figure
level
then he
2
can-
though.
Yeah, I just figure then he can get the drop on him.
Yeah, I'll just do the level 2 though, so he's... Because I don't have any level 4 spell slots left. Which means it lasts for 10 minutes, but it's not as good.
Yeah, it drops when he starts attacking people.
Yeah.
I'd quite like to be like, if we're gonna stay here for when these things come, I'd like to be like, almost myself as like a landmine somewhere. Like, maybe like hide in like this building up. Oops, sorry, I can't move. I'm moving Cyan, but like they're coming from the north, yeah.
I conjured images in my head of you just like buried in the road.
That's my head above
Just a
the
little
fan.
bit of your head, like a little straw poking out.
Yeah. Just like maybe the building, like to the very at the top, just kind of like hiding in there.
All
And
right,
then
yeah,
wait
feel
for
free.
like the maximum. I can't move myself though.
Okay, where do you want it?
I've moved myself, but you have to
Okay,
move
that's
Cyan
cool.
back. So I'm gonna hide in this building.
Okay.
I'm also probably when they come, like the maximum amount come near, I'm gonna use them cast enthrall to try and get more of them to come towards me. and then I'm going to use a big boom.
Okay. A number of people who have sort of come along with you to help defend, are standing aside, saying, "Where do you need us? Do you need us to hide anywhere, or get ready to attack?" Or...
How talented are they?
They're just sort of average.
Just get ready to get out the boat.
Very well.
But you to like defend. If you stand near the exit of the boat to defend the women and children.
Yeah, just make sure the stragglers can't get to the vulnerable.
Very well. There's a number of Sidon House Valoran soldiers here as well, who are sworn to defend the innocent. So they can stand here and block off the dock.
Well, they need to get on the ship though at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you'll all be able to fit on the last few ships that are coming. So.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So let's say 3 ships are coming. Okay. So 3 ships. Yeah, so 3 ships are coming. So the first one is going to be 5 minutes away. 5 rounds. Okay, the next one is 2 minutes away. Can someone write these down?
So 5 minutes. Sorry, how many ships? So 2 ships. 5 minutes away.
So 1 ship is 2 minutes away.
Yeah.
1 ship is 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
And the last ship is 7 minutes away.
Okay.
So that's how many rounds things will be.
Well, but yeah, we need to times it by each round's 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So
each turn is.
Sorry,
each round. Yeah, each round is 6 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, 6 seconds. So we need to.
So it'll be 20 turns, 50 turns,
20
70 turns.
Lot of turns.
Yeah. Okay, so they're marching up anyway, so it'll take a while for them to come.
Right.
How far away are they now?
They're starting to march. So hang on, just.
Are the Azera still fighting?
The Azera, yeah. So they've distracted a large group of them, and a large group of them are marching into starting to march into the forests,
right,
to try and clear them out.
Okay.
All right. Let's say let's say it's not rounds. Sorry, it's turns. So that'll be how many turns it is.
So it's 2 minutes for 1 ship, so that'd be 20 turns.
Well, no, so after they've gotten to you, it'll be 2 turns for the first ship to come, 5 turns for the next ship to come, and 7 turns for the one after. Sorry, communication. So all right, let me just get up an encounter and add you all to it.
I hasted myself as well. Don't forget.
Okay, cool. I'll add that.
And I used the extend spell thing on it.
Very well. All right, can everyone roll initiative with me, please? You can roll pretty much what initiative you want,
I'll just do perception.
depending on what you're doing.
Can I roll Arcana?
Are you doing something Arcana related?
Well, I was preparing like spells and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
When you can do something when they are 500, yeah.
Oh, why did I roll? I roll for Hank.
I'm
Why
gonna
is-
do something when they're 500.
Why is
feet away.
Cascus stupefied still?
Ooh, that's fine. That's just light landing going.
Oh, yeah, you can take that off.
Depending
One
on how-
more initiative.
Well, depending on how you got it, stupefied can be a curse that you have to get somebody to get rid of, rather than you can just get rid of yourself. How
Yeah,
did you get stupefied?
It was
So
from the witch thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Was it feeble mind?
Just remove it. It's okay. It wasn't feeble mind.
Oh, okay.
Roll for...
I don't even know how to get rid of them.
Sorry, I'm just rolling this shit.
We'll leave it with that, it's fine.
so many dice. Damn. All right. Begin encounter. So Arakin is going to fly over here and just sort of prepare himself at the back, just ready to swoop in when he needs to. I guess Cyan's just going to ready himself as well. Cadell is going to run over here and just sort of have a look. All right. First off. Oh shit.
Do the guard have a turn? These guys. Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Wait, this. Oh, okay. So it was
Yeah,
I thought I
sorry.
saw Sidearn at. I thought it was Sidearn attackers.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh no, Sidearn at arms squad. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so they're just getting ready as well. All right, here we go. So the first squadron begins as they begin to approach. They start to surround the docks and start to march in on all sides. So they march up. All right, Henning.
Okay. I'm going to try and catch them out a little bit. Can I move into this building here?
Indeed. Do you want me to move you?
Yeah. I think that would be 2 actions for me.
Okay.
And then, can I hide in the building?
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Stealth, there it is. $25.
Okay. That's your turn. This squadron starts to step back and just gets themselves ready on the docks, making a line of shields. They're coming. Get ready. The citizens start to huddle, and a few of them cry. Okay, the first from the south begins to make their way up the road, and they stand facing the squadron. They start to bang their shields. Huh. And then across the other way, coming in from this side, another squadron marches up. Hinera.
Well, I was gonna cast Chain Lightning, but I don't know how it works on troops.
I'll say it counts as area damage. Why not?
Right. But yeah.
They have a weakness to it, to area
I
damage.
know, but that's not really how the spell works. So it doesn't
Well,
do AoE damage. It does more damage for every person that it hits.
What's it called?
I'll put it in the chat. I was really excited to use it, but it doesn't. The troops don't make sense.
I think it's the same way that a fireball doesn't just kill every troop if each troop
well,
individually would have like 10 HP.
Targets one creature plus any number of additional creatures. How many? Is there like a maximum?
I think it only stops if someone crit succeeds.
Yeah, I think that.
So yeah, it's a bit funky for troops.
Yeah, I think
I'm just trying to look it up. I feel like that's quite a big oversight of the spell.
I think it definitely makes sense to apply area weaknesses.
Yeah, I think that's probably because they've got an area weakness, so I'll just apply that. Like it's a lot of damage anyway. It'll kill a lot of people. Because if you think about it, like the individual troops will have like a max sort of damage they can take anyway. So the marginal additional damage you do actually isn't going to be that much more than like a flat amount of damage. So, yeah. All right. So, I'll do. Are you doing a reflect? Are you doing that on these people? It's your choice.
Yeah, well, I was going to, but I'm just trying to do some maths, quick maths. Richard, would a level 6 fireball be better than chain lightning? I don't have time to do the maths.
What's level 6 fireball? Is it?
It's regular fireball, but +2 every time you heighten it. +2d6 every time you heighten it.
So 12d6 versus 8d12. 12d6 is 42. Right? Wait, no. 12. 6 times 7. Yeah. 12, 6 times 7 is 42. 4 times 13 is 52. So chain lightning is still more.
Okay, let's do chain lightning. Can they make a save, please?
All right. That is a crit fail.
Nice.
Okay.
Come on, I was back on private.
It's a basic
Uh,
save, so
So it takes double damage.
yeah.
All right, the first squadron, you fry them all. They
Sorry,
just all collapse to the ground as you notice the ones behind them are looking a bit nervous. The troops start to cheer on your side.
Cool.
As they say.
And I.
Oh, actually, you got to move. You got to move there to have done that because you can't.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I have another action because I hasted myself.
Okay.
And I am going to.
Do you want me to put haste on your thing?
Oh yes, please. Inspired courage. I'm gonna start reciting a grand poem, Iliad, for the troops.
Okay. What do they need to roll anything? Or?
No, for our troops.
Oh, okay.
This is my
That's cool.
bard thing.
That's right. The citizens are slightly more happy now that you, fried those guys. Calcifer.
Okay. So Calcifer is going to take a little run up to here on Hank. Then he is going to raise a shield and then throw it at these guys up here with his extending rune.
Cool.
And it'll be +1 over what I roll because of the inspired courage. Oh, that is a 43 to hit.
43. That is a crit success.
Nice.
Crit hit.
Okay, that's 34 damage, some of which is electric if it matters.
It doesn't matter.
And then on a crit, electricity arcs out to deal an equal amount of electricity damage up to 2 other creatures of your choice.
I'll apply the area. I'll just apply the area damage.
Cool, that makes sense.
Alright. They've lost. They're looking quite sad. This squadron. Oh, no, it's still logic.
Okay, that's it for me.
Cool. Is Hank doing anything?
He acts on my turn.
Oh, cool. That's fine. All right. Next up, you see coming out of the tree line another Sidon squadron. Start to march their way down here, and then below, marching over the bodies of their comrades that you just fried, another squadron marches up. And they are going to use fire crossbows. And do a burst here of 10 feet. So can everyone make a reflex saving throw? Hanera, Cadell, and this side and arm squadron, and some citizens.
Maybe just a turn counter. So we know when the boats are coming.
So that is it's half damage. Hanera, you got 38. That's a crit success, so you don't take any damage. Yeah, this squadron takes 7 damage. this squadron take... the citizens take 15 damage. Fortunately, a few of them do get hit.
No.
The Azura warriors, they take half damage. And Hinere takes nothing. Oh, and Cadell takes nothing as well. The Azura warriors are going to march forward and just help bolster the line with these guys. As a few more Sidon squadrons start to march forward. That's one. That's two. And this is 3. And passing through the tree line, you notice that being pushed down the road is a ballista, which stops, and the crew start to load it and use 2 actions for that.
Don't forget the dragon is invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Oh,
Cascade.
Okay. So
So hopefully we don't get Game of Thrones here.
I think I wait a turn, or like, could I like hold an action to hide under this table? Oh, how do I? I'm gonna move myself. Or is this just not gonna work? I don't mind just hiding here, but I kind of want to try and get some of these on the left as well.
It's your choice. If you want to move, you can move and then hide again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So how much? So 25 feet. So I could go. It would take like a 1.5. It would take 2 actions of movement to get to take the pay for.
Yeah.
And then the hide action would take 1, I guess.
Well, you need to take cover.
Take cover.
Yeah.
Okay, I will do that.
And then you can hide in the turn afterwards.
Okay, presumably they might all see me from above, but
Yeah, they will definitely see you if you like are running across the road.
okay. Well, in that case, I'll be obvious about it to try and
Okay.
draw away. So I'm gonna go 1 action, 2 action. Then could I like go through the window here?
Yeah, you can climb. Just make me an athletics check.
Okay.
It's quite like DC.
Alright. Athletics. Rolled it reasonably okay. Cool.
31. Yeah, cool. Yeah, you make your way across into the room.
And I don't mind if the ones above me saw me. That brings them over. That's fine.
Cool. Yeah, as you dash past them, you hear a couple of them shouting at you. Hey.
Yeah.
Cool. Isolde is going to just back up. I'm no fighter, but I can heal if I need to. All right. You watch as another ballista rocks out of the trees, sort of begins to sight the thing down, and they begin to load. Get ready. The squadron is just going to just go up here a little bit, just defend this passage a bit better. All right, another squadron marches forward. All right. You hear an invisible clockwork dragon beside you, Calcifer. Should I go yet?
I don't know.
I'd wait 1 more turn. I think they're gonna destroy the boats, but I'm not sure. Well, I want to know what they're gonna do with the ballista.
Hold.
Very well.
Would it be
at the end
reasonable
of-
to suspect that the ballistas will take a little while to like load and?
Yeah, so the ballistas, the way it works is that they have a load takes 2 actions, and you need to do 2 loads before you can, and you have to aim it as well. So an aim is 1 action, load is 2 actions.
And they moved them on the last turn.
Yeah, so they move, so they've got 1 load left, and then they have to aim it, and then it's an action to launch it as well.
Okay.
So they won't be able to fire them this turn.
Okay. Maybe go, but keep low. And just make sure they can't all focus on you.
Wise words.
He says, "I'll go once they've finished loading." All right. Well, yeah. He says once they've aimed, they won't be able to turn it easily for me. All right. Cyan is going to just take cover, I guess. Hold. Cadell is barking orders at the sidearm squadron. Get ready, men! Let's fight! And women! Squad is gonna stay.
I just imagine you just nervously looked over at Hanero when he said that.
Alright, this squadron is going to come up and they're going to fire crossbows. Calcifer, Hank, and the sidearm arm squadron need to make reflex saves, please. That's a crit success, Calcifer and Hank, and the sidearm arm squadron takes 11 piercing damage. Alright, Henning, what are you going to do?
Can I try to stealthily move to here without this one seeing me? I don't think that they will be able to see me.
A few of them might, but
Yeah,
make a stealth check for me.
Okay.
Yeah, there's enough kind of cover between the houses here that you might be able to sneak past.
30.
Alright, where do you want to go?
To here.
Okay, so you kind of hug the wall up and make your way in. How much movement is that? 55?
So that'd be 2 actions for me.
Okay.
And yeah, that'd be me.
Alright.
Oh wait, I have one more action. Just hide again.
Okay.
Just hide in the
Cool.
building.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, this squadron, after hearing Cadell barking orders at them, they're forming up and they are going to attack. Lower halberds. 2 actions. Okay, oh. Yeah, there we go. They rush forward and they start to attack the squadron that's coming to attack them. Alright, this squadron is going to march forward. 3 actions. They start to march up here, and you, Henning, you start to see them through the windows. Alright, Hanera, it's your turn.
Hello. Does the ballista count as a person?
It counts as an item, but it does have people around it.
Okay. I'm going to cast Chain Lightning again. Jumps to another creature, so on and so on. So I'm gonna cast it on these 4 up here. And use the people at the ballista to make it jump to the next people because it's within 30 feet. Okay. So can the one on the left make a reflex save, please?
Or all of them? Oh,
just the one on the left, because you have to do it one at a time.
Okay. How many spell slots you got now?
This. Well, I've got. After this, I'll have 1 level 6 left.
That's a 25 on their reflex saving throw.
Okay, that's a fail.
Okay.
So, they'll take. 72 damage. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, yeah, you devastated them, but they aren't dead yet.
And
They're
then
very weak.
it's gonna jump to the ballista.
Yeah.
Could they make a reflex save, please?
Will do. 24.
That's another fail. $69 damage.
Nice. Alright, yeah, it's as it jumps to okay, so the ballista crew, they are dead. I don't think the ballista itself takes damage from it.
I don't think so. It's only damage as creatures, so. And also it's
Yeah.
wooden, and it's lightning. So I feel like it wouldn't go through it.
Yeah, I'll put them at 0, but I won't put a skull on it.
Okay.
So like so it's just a piece of wood at the moment without anyone
And
using
then
it.
it's gonna jump to the people below them to the left.
Is that reflex save as well?
Yes, please.
That's a natural 1 for a 10.
Okay, this is
a
gonna be
crit fail.
double damage then from this.
Okay, yeah, they're all dead.
Okay, and then the people up to the right, can they also make a reflex save?
Okay, just mass devastation.
I thought my 32 from the shield wasn't.
That's a 27.
Okay, that's a fail. It's a regular fail. Are there any other troops nearby, behind them?
Not within 30 feet yet.
Yeah, alright, okay. Damn it. That's the
Alright.
end of my turn. Well, no, actually, I can do, I'm hated if I can do Inspire Courage again.
Nice.
That spell is
Oh, and I
pretty
didn't
strong.
move either, so I would also just sort of, hide. in
This
the
is
house.
why the elves banned magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said when we leveled up, we got our spell slots back. So I got my spell slots back
Okay.
halfway through the last session. No, the beginning of the last session.
I thought I
It's
said
just
you didn't get your spell slots back.
No, you said we did, and we didn't get our health back.
Yeah.
But I had all
Oh,
three
yeah.
anyway.
As they're
That's
dying,
right.
and they're just screaming out, "It's OP!"
All right, the boat gets to the dock, and the citizens begin to board it. It'll take a turn.
Yep.
Calcifer.
Okay. Casper is going to just do a quick measurement. No, they're too far away. He's going to throw a shield again at this one that's coming in from the north. It does not have as effective things to do as an error. 30.
30. That's a hit.
Yeah, 17 damage.
Okay.
And then
You knock a few of them down.
and then he's just going to position himself a bit more. Oh no, it doesn't really work with big troops. He's going to run up to this squad on Hank and raise shield.
Okay.
That's it for me.
All right. So this squad begins to march up. Three actions.
No, they're all running away. Damn it.
Okay, so this squadron is going to attack lower halberds, 3 actions. That's a reflex save on that squadron. Alright. Alright, they take 20 damage. A bit smaller. Alright, the Azura warriors are going to run up and attack. Push through the soldiers. And they start to attack the squadron. 28, so they only take half damage. That's 6 damage. Alright, and then this squadron marches forward. Although they're very injured. And they're just going to take cover in the trees. This squadron is going to march up. Marches right past Eucascus and starts to take control of the square. This ballista is going to load and then aim.
The one at the top left.
Yeah.
I thought it was destroyed, wasn't it? Or
No,
is it
not the top
right?
left, the top right, sorry.
Oh, I can't use that.
Alright, Cascus, it's your turn.
Okay, I don't really have a ton of spell slots left. So I'm going to come out. Yeah, this is fine. I'm going to come out.
I'm going to put 3 on that, so I can. Oh, sorry, I just remembered.
I'm going to come out here, and then I'm going to use repelling pulse. So it's a DC 30 reflex save on the 2.
On these 2?
Mhm.
Reflex save.
Mhm.
Okay. 23 and 24.
So they're just both regular failures.
Okay.
So they take full damage and are knocked back 10 feet. Slightly below average. Yeah.
Is it area damage? Is it?
No, it's just each creature in the area.
Yeah, it is area damage.
Okay.
So they take an extra 10 damage, and they are knocked back.
Great.
And yeah, they just all sort of pushed forward slightly. Do they go prone, or is that if they crit?
That's only that's only if it was a crit failure.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Isolde turns to Cadell and sort of runs up to him, gives him a kiss, and then runs on the boat. All right. This ballista, a few people run up and start to drag the dead off, and you just see like people fussing over the ballista. And this one is going to fire crossbows at the soldiers. That's an actual 1, so they're going to die. They've aimed it, so it's not going to hit you. Don't worry, oh yeah, these guys are dead. A hail of bolts pass by you, Calcifer, and then well-trained Sidon marksmen sort of wink at you. All right, you begin to watch as being pushed in and coming out of the tree line, another ballista. They load it, so they're on. And then a ballista comes from out these trees. And they load that. As well as a number more soldiers come out of the brush. Okay, and then these ones as well. Okay, Arakin is go. You hear the whooshing of wings, clockwork gears turning as Arakin lifts off the ground and hovers in the air near this ballista, and is going to rain fire on it. Which that ballista definitely crit fails on. Oh shit. Even the ballista catches fire and burns up. It is gone. Alright, Cyan. Cyan is gonna run forward beside you, Calcifer. Let's get them. Cadell is gonna run up, take out his kukri, and jump into the fray. He's gonna make an attack. 35. That is a crit. Does 38 damage. He slays a number of the soldiers. These side down are going to march forward and are going to attack. I'm going to take 8 damage. Henning,
Okay.
you see a number of soldiers starting to come down this this pathway here.
Yes, I'm going to move to here. Oh, hang on. Can you move me to here?
All right, you dash out of the doorway.
And then I'm going to chain lightning this one.
Okay.
You guys and your chain lightnings.
My silly old chain lightning.
If you were to do the bottom one or the top one, then you could do all three.
Can it do all three? Will that reach?
If it's 30 feet, but just
30 feet. And
does
then-
that
That's
Does
not
that-
30. That's more than 30.
does that wooden house get in the way? Can you
I
do
think
it
it's
through
35
walls?
feet.
It's 30 feet of the first target, so this wouldn't hit. That's why I'm going for this one.
No, it is 30 feet.
Yeah, but this is further away.
No, that's 30 feet.
No, it's not.
Is what?
Is it?
Is when I do it, it says 30 feet.
Yeah, corner to
but that's
corner
the-
is 30.
Okay, we're going by that. Okay. If I do that top one, can I hit that one? Yeah.
Well, yeah. By the...
I'll allow it.
Oh. It says, yeah,
Alright.
it says 30 feet.
Okay, so they need to make a DC 29 basic reflex save.
Okay. That's 16 on the first one.
Yep, so that's a critical failure.
It's 19 on the second one.
Is that also crit?
What's your
Goodness,
DC? What's your?
It's 20. That's 29.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
done. And then a natural one on the third one, so 3 crits.
Okay, so
Very nice.
Alright, everyone's critting on the chain lightning.
Yeah.
this and then damage.
Okay, how overkill
They are
is this?
quite low level compared to you, the individual soldiers.
So double that.
Okay, yeah. You watch as Henning rushes out of the building. His sword fires and crackles with energy as Vance guides the arc into these squadrons, which arc from one to the other. They drop dead. You watch their bodies frying as they drop to the floor.
And well, that's my turn.
All right.
And there it goes, ooh, from inside.
Smells a bit burnt out here now.
All right. The Sidon Armor Squadron lunges forward, does 7 damage. Hanera.
I'm not sure exactly what to do. I can't really reach anyone. I'm gonna fireball. I'm gonna come here and cast fireball on these 3 at the bottom left.
Okay.
Which obviously is AoE. And I'm going to. Could they make a reflex save, please? The ballista, and the 2 ones.
Okay. That's a 30 on the ballista, 22 on the first group of soldiers, and then 13 on the last.
Okay, the last one is a crit fail, so. 25 fire damage on each, and then the last one would be double.
And they
the...
take an extra turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I say yeah, because they... Does the ballista, is it made of wood? Does it take extra fire damage?
It doesn't take extra,
Ah.
but wood does affect it. Okay. Yeah, they dash for cover, but unfortunately they're mostly singed. This one is smaller.
And then for my last action, I am going to move back into the house.
Alright, is that your turn?
Oh wait, no, that's sorry. I had to do 2 sets of movement to get out of the house, so I'll just stay there. Yep, that's my turn.
Cool. Calcifer.
Yes. I'm very far away from anywhere useful currently. Are there more troops sort of streaming in from the top?
Yeah, you can see troops in the distance. The obviously the houses and stuff partially block your vision, but you definitely see movement.
Okay. In which case, I...
And this is just the vanguard force. The rest of the army is coming up still.
Is this turn 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
If I
When's
heal...
the next boat? Round 5.
Wait, no, so it's 5 minutes. It's 3 minutes away.
It was 2...
No, it's the round.
Sorry,
2, 5, and 7.
it's 5 then, so 3 rounds. Yeah, 2 5.
Cool.
Sorry, I thought I had to change that. 2 rounds after. On.
I'm going to... move... I'm going to move up to here.
Yep.
I'm going to raise a shield. I'm going to also activate the clockwork on my shield to get it spinning.
Okay.
And I shall pull out a... I shall pull a bead off of my necklace of fireballs.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay. And then Hanger's panting away, carrying you. Alright, this squadron is going to attack. Lower halberds. This squadron takes 6 damage. Okay, that'll take 6 damage. Alright, the Azura warriors fighting. Oh no, they're not fighting anymore. They cheer, and a couple of them slap you on the back, Hanera. Oh, well done. Alright, these ones march forward. Actually, I'm just going to do a morale check for them because there's like 4 people left in that squad. They're just going to run into the house and die for cover. Alright, Cassius.
Okay, I'm going to try something. So, Gauskus is going to turn the corner. Oh, what's the range on Produce Flame? Is it 30? Yeah, cool. So it's just in range of my thing anyway. So I'm going to move 30. Can I reach that? Actually, no, I can reach these guys though. So I'm going to move. Can I move? Oh, I can't quite make that. That's very frustrating. 30. Can I walk to there? To here? That's 25 feet. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Where? What? Over here.
Oh, sorry.
Over here.
Sorry,
and then
I moved it to where your mouse was.
that's right. No, sorry, my bad. I'm going to use Flaming Fusillade, which is basically it reduces the action cost of Produce Flame from 2 to 1.
Okay.
And it also, as part of this cast, I can do a singular Produce Flame. So I'm going to do a Produce Flame on the guys in the building above. It also, obviously, this knocks me up to my moderate curse. So they're concealed to attack me. They've got to do a check to attack me, but yeah. No, I didn't mean to do that, but that's what the spell is if you're interested.
So what do they have to do? They have to.
I'm
it's
just
just
gonna do a normal
okay.
produce-
Just
produce
and you're doing it
flame
on this
and-
squad that's in the building or the ballista.
Yep, the one in the building.
Okay.
27.
27. That is a hit.
Mm-hmm. And so it's 25 damage.
All right. Yeah, you fire at them and they are dead.
And then Cascus is kind of in his moderate curse form. He's kind of both of his hands are kind of firing. He's ready to throw some
Yeah,
fireball.
as you throw the fire into the building, the entire building, just the bare open wood and the rug, just all catches fire immediately, and the entire house sort of collapses on the squad. The flames flickering in your eyes as you do so. Is that your turn then? Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Isolde is on the boat. The citizens and Isolde, the boat begins to leave. Boop, boop, boop. And they are on the water. All right, this ballista. Oh no, that's no one's on that one. No. Actually, I'll say a couple of people. Yeah, a couple of people run up and start to man it. So they'll, because the ballista didn't take any damage, it's back.
Yeah.
And then they'll load. So they're on 1. All right, this one is going to load and then aim. It's on 3. And this one down here is going to aim. And then load as well, so that's on 3. All right, this squadron is going to march forward. All right. Sorry, there we go. And marching out of the woodland, you see a knight in shade steel armor pass through over here.
Oh dear.
Carrying a shade steel sword. Actually, he's not. Sorry, he's not carrying a shade steel sword. It's just a regular sword, but he is in shade steel armor. Oh, I should for him. Sorry, bear with me.
Oh.
I need to roll initiative for some of these that are coming in.
Do you want to just ask in the chat? Is it obvious what the ballistas are actually aiming at?
No. You know they're aiming in your general direction, but you don't know exactly what they're aiming at.
Can't hear you, Joanne.
Right, I muted myself while I was in the toilet. Are they like big old spikes?
They seem to be loading what's on the tips. Make a perception check for me.
Oh.
Roll.
Yeah, unfortunately, can't quite tell. All right, just bear with me a sec. I'm just setting up some more. So you see a couple of a few ballistas making their way onto the battlefield, as well as some more squadrons. And there's another knight here.
So did you say I got my spell slots back earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That was before the. No,
Yeah.
that was after you leveled up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was when the golem, when the golem came out, basically.
Well, I've just suddenly a lot more happy now.
All right, cool. We're on the next turn now.
10-4.
Arakin. Oh, sorry. Hang on. I need to do these guys as well. Sorry, quite obviously it's quite difficult to tell what's going on with some of these guys. Okay. There we go. All right, Arakin is going to. He doesn't have his breath attack back. He's just going to fly over here and land on one of the buildings. You hear him land near. Actually, he's going to land on the roof of this one. Cyan is going to march up with you, just to keep you cover. All right, this knight is going to run out of the tree line, Cascus.
Mhm.
You see him appear in the tree line, and then he just dashes at you. He's going to swing at you with his sword.
Mhm.
Seems to be magical, but it's not a shade steel sword. That's the
Um,
four.
Hold on, it might have to take a check to see if the attack goes through. Hold on, 1 sec.
Okay.
I'm concealed from other creatures.
Oh, he needs to do a. It's
It's a flat
Flat
5,
check.
isn't it? 5.
yes.
Oh, sorry, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah. If it's
Yeah.
5,
Okay. He got 8, so he passes it.
okay, it's fine. Okay.
So that's 44 to hit.
That's a crit.
Ouch.
And you're also flat-footed as well.
Mhm.
That's 52 damage, slashing.
Okay. Hold on, let me try and figure out this. Okay.
And that's his turn. Cadell is going to attack with his kukri 3 times. That's 3 hits. All right, this lot's dead. Yeah, Cadell chops the last of them down. All right, this group is going to march. The order is given to march back and defend the rest of the dock, rather than extend out. We'll get ready for the next boat. They shout, "Get ready for the boat!" Henning.
I was checking the range on something. Reach of a creature. It doesn't actually say the range on dimensional.
Does it?
No, it doesn't say. It just says make a short dimensional hop. It doesn't say how far that actually. Oh, range half your speed. There you go. It's not on the forge for some reason.
If it's dimension door,
It's dimensional assault.
yeah, 120. Oh, dimensional assault. Oh yeah, okay. Half your
That's
speed.
half. So that's 1 movement. This is 2 movement. Can I move to here using 2 actions, please?
To where? Oh, to there. There you go.
And then I'm going to dimensional assault and land behind this
Okay.
guy. And that'll be an attack.
Land behind him.
Yeah. That will put them flat-footed.
Oh, yeah, there.
Yeah, behind them. And then roll attack. Oh.
Oh, 25. That's a miss.
Yeah, that was not a good roll. Okay, well I'm here now.
Okay, yeah. So facing down the knight, you and Cascus start to brawl with him. All right, this squadron is going to march over here. It starts to appear around here. That's it. This squadron is gonna fall back slightly. Just get ready for the next wave of attacks. This squadron is going to. Oh, sorry. Let me just march back. Just march up into the town. And this one is going to march forward along with those guys, sort of meet up with them. All right, Hanera.
The boat, how far away is the boat?
You should get there next turn.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna cast fireball here. Yeah, on these 4 in the top, the 2 ballistas and the 2 true sets of troops. A level 4
Okay.
for fireball.
Okay.
Can they all make reflex saves, please? I don't think I can get that last one though.
That's a 31 natural 20. And then a natural 1 for 12. Then a 13 for the first squadron. And then a 16 for the first squadron. So that's 3 crit fails and a crit success.
Okay,
So the first ballista takes nothing, and then the rest take double.
okay. I said level 4, didn't I? Yeah. $29 fire damage.
Okay, so that takes nothing. That takes a double. Plus 10.
And then
Yep.
I'm going to
That's double. And
Oh,
that's
great.
double.
scream. Just leave them and get to the boats! And then I'm going to run to the boat.
Okay.
To get to there.
Calcifer.
Okay. So, seeing the Shadesteel guys enter the battle, gonna kind of start heading over that way.
Okay.
So, get to there. Oh, 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's get to there with the free move. Get to... I'll command him to move again, so one... Actually no, from there I will throw the bead that I pulled from my thing earlier to the 3 north. So this one, and this one. So can they all please make a reflex save?
Which ones? Sorry.
These 3.
These 3.
So
Okay, cool.
the remaining ones from Henera's attack.
What's the DC?
25.
Alright. 18 on the first squadron. 32 on the ballista. And 18 on the second squadron.
Okay, so fail, success, fail for 32 fire damage.
Okay, this one's dead. 32. So that's half damage on the success, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What is that? 16? No.
16, yeah.
Yeah, 16. And then that's the other squadron's dead.
Okay.
Nice.
So I've still got 2 actions. I am going to jump. So I'm going to fly off of Hank. And I'm going to cast Time Jump, which allows me to take 2 actions, each of which must be used to leap, stand, step, or stride. You can also burrow, fly, climb, etc. So I'm going to do 2 dashes, 2 strides, 1 to there, and 1 to there. So if I just move Hank out the way, oh no. So that gets me to there.
Okay.
And then 1 action left, I'll move into position. And that will be it for me.
Okay.
Actually, may I...
Oh yeah, go on.
Actually, yeah, can I actually raise a shield from there instead?
Uh-huh. Is Hank moving?
Actually, you know, never mind. I'll just do it. I'll just do that. No, Hank has to stay there.
Okay.
He already did his free move.
Poor Hank.
He can fend off a squadron.
All right. This squad is going to fire their crossbows at these Azera warriors. 15. On their reflex save, which is a fail. So they're going to take 17 damage. Yeah, and they are going to get a bit smaller as a few of them drop dead. Alright, this Coyotes Knight is going to step forward and take leadership of the men and order them to charge forward. The Azera, seeing this, are going to fall back and help bolster the line. Cascus. The fight breaking out with the knight.
Where does it look like the majority of reinforcements are coming from next turn?
They're going to be coming from all sides.
Okay.
So you see that down this road, a number of them starting to move down here.
Okay. Can the ballista shoot through buildings? In this?
It can like arc its shot, so it does a burst. It can do a line or a burst.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire across that line I've just drawn here.
Across what line?
You can't. Oh, you can't see my measuring, can you?
No.
So basically from, like.
Can you use the? Can you draw with the?
Yeah, I can, can't I? Is this gonna work? Oh.
Oh right.
That kind of. Like, because the thing is, like,
Shit.
they'd be shooting blind. You can delete it, but like that kind of angle from like the building on the right across, kind of angled a bit.
Like that?
Down a bit.
Like that?
Yeah, 120 feet across. So just extend that out on the right hand side as far as it will go, so that it kind of covers off up into the building. Yeah, like that. So basically, any troops coming from the north will have to go through the fire.
Oh, cool.
Or
Yeah,
the big valid ballistas will like have to shoot through it, which would be kind of hard to do.
Okay, yeah, a wall of fire shoots out. You see the flames reflecting off the knight's armor and also Calcifer's armor as you continue to fight away. Actually, it's got an attack of opportunity as you did that.
Okay.
33.
Hit.
Okay, it's not a crit at least.
Glimpse of redemption.
And I'll selfish shield it as well.
Okay, that's 29 damage.
Minus.
So that's
12?
reduced by 14 on my part.
Sorry, so how much was the original one, Mike?
29.
29 minus 14.
Oh, and
Minus.
shield block, because I have my thing. No, wait. No, sorry, ignore that.
So I take. Hold on, I'll figure out how much it is, but it's like 2 damage. Basically.
And they're enfeebled too.
Okay. Enfeebled 2.
6 plus 12. 10. Alright, so it's 4 damage I take. Ouch. Big ouch. The downside is that costs 3 actions to cast the Wall of Fire.
Yeah. All right. That's your turn then, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, this one's going to load and then aim. So it just needs to do one more load, and then it can fire. This one is going to load and then aim, and it can fire now. This squadron is going to march up and attack from behind. That's just one action I'll use for that. Lower halberds. Can you, Henning, and Cascus, Calcifer, and Henning reflex save, please?
Mm-hmm. Ah.
32. All right, Henning, you take nothing. Calcifer, you take 6 piercing damage, and Cascus, you take 6 as well.
Okay.
All right, this squadron. They point. One of the boats are coming. They're sort of getting back. Ready to get onto it. All right, this ballista is going to. It's already aimed, so they've put the coordinates in. I'll say, like, in the future, if they can't see through it, they're gonna have trouble aiming it. Oh, actually, I need to think about that with those. I'll do that in a sec. All right, this one is gonna fire.
So we need to make a flat check. Further concealed.
Well, they're just flipping a switch.
The point Mike was making was that they'd already put the coordinates in, so like they don't need to aim at anything.
So they aimed it last turn.
Yeah.
And then
Right,
the wall of fire came out, so they're just pulling the lever. All right. So a ballista shot shoots over your heads. You sort of duck slightly as it just whooshes past, and then it arcs over the house and lands in this mass here. You see a fireball explode up.
Oh,
The
right,
monk-
yeah. It's not an attack.
Yeah, the Aziras need to. The Azira warriors get a critical success, so they see it coming and they duck for cover. Unfortunately, the Side and Arm Squadron do not, and they take 36 damage, and a number of them go flying. You hear the creaking of wood as the ballista settles. Goes back to the start. And then they're going to load it with their next 2 actions. Sorry, that's just a 1 on it. And then this ballista is going to do the same thing, but fires it over here. So Cadell and this squad need to do a reflex save. Cadell gets a crit success. He dodges out the way, but this gets a fail, so they take full damage. Then they take 30 damage. And they're looking very hurt now. Alright, let's leave off there, shall we? As you see the reinforcements come, I'll just...
This is 10-5 right now.
yeah, let me just bring the reinforcements in, and then we'll leave it off here. So you watch as, protruding through the trees, a whole large number of squads start to make their way up.
Gotta get that shade still armor.
Quickly, farm him! He
hasn't
Yeah,
dropped
well,
his
if you-
loot yet.
If you can kill him and take... so another one marches down
Like
here.
at the start of Boulder getting get the flaming sword.
And another knight appears here.
I think the bottom needs a bit of reinforcement.
How many shade still armor sets are there?
There's probably about 300.
Oh. For some
In
reason
the
in my
world.
mind I had 50. That might have been the weapons.
Yeah, well, the weapon there's a lot of weapons as well, but the like very often they don't bring their shade steel armor unless they're like going into battle, and this happens to be the vanguard and the best troops of the army that are ready to attack. So, all right, so we're leaving off here as the last couple of rounds begin. So thanks for playing, everyone.
Thanks for hosting. I like the
Thanks for running.
really cool flight.
Nothing else.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll see how this the last little bit goes next turn. So we're on round 5. So you begin to watch as the boat docks now. So the boat is ready for docking. Why I said it that way. All right. See you later, everyone. Do you want to end the stream?
All right. See you next week, dockers.
Yeah.